Have you ever noticed how a spark in one corner of the globe can start a fire thousands of miles away? Right now, we are watching an escalating conflict unfold in the Middle East, drawing in the United States, Israel, and Iran. For most of us, that distant conflict hits much closer to home. You feel it at the gas pump, watching the price per gallon creep higher as global energy markets react to the uncertainty. While drivers and Western governments stress over these sudden price hikes, this same economic shock is providing a financial lifeline for a heavily sanctioned country on the other side of the world. That country is Russia. As energy markets panic, the Kremlin is steadily pulling in the profits. How exactly does a violent clash involving Iran and its neighbors end up solving some of Moscow's most urgent financial and strategic problems? Global geopolitics functions as a tightly connected loop. When the energy supply from one major region is threatened, the nations producing the remaining oil gain significant influence. To understand the shift, we have to look at Russia's recent economic state. Following the start of the war in Ukraine, the Russian economy faced an immense pressure from strict Western sanctions. These rules aimed to starve the Russian military of funding by forcing Moscow to sell its oil at steep discounts on the global market. The Strait of Hormuz changes the math. This narrow choke point handles 20. Russia provides that alternative source. For major importers in Asia, securing millions of barrels of crude oil by sea becomes a matter of national security, outweighing the pressure of Western sanctions. The data reflects this shift clearly. As global oil prices recently crossed the $100 a barrel threshold for the first time since 2022, Russian export volumes surged. India alone now imports up to 1.7 million barrels of Russian crude daily. The pressure is so high that even the United States has considered easing certain rules on Russian oil to help stabilize soaring global prices. Market panic has effectively rehabilitated Russia's crude oil, making a boycotted, discounted product a high-priced necessity for energy-hungry nations. Beyond the financial profit, Moscow is accumulating a second, more versatile currency: international attention. Prior to the Middle East conflict, the United States and Europe were unified and focused on arming Ukraine. A new war in the Middle East forces Western allies to rapidly divert military aid, diplomatic energy, and media focus away from the Ukrainian front. This shift provides the Russian military with breathing room. A divided enemy must split its resources, allowing Moscow to consolidate its positions while the West's attention is elsewhere. This leads to a specific diplomatic maneuver. Vladimir Putin is now positioning himself as a potential mediator between Iran and the West. If Moscow can help lower the temperature in the Middle East, they gain a powerful bargaining chip. They can demand concessions regarding the war in Ukraine in exchange for stabilizing the region. Changing political winds in the U.S., involving leaders like Donald Trump, suggest that future administrations might be more receptive to these types of negotiated settlements. By remaining on the sidelines of the Middle East conflict, Russia has secured higher oil revenues, thinned out its rivals' resources, and created new diplomatic leverage. In a globalized world, a crisis in one hemisphere can rewrite the rules of war and economics in another. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.